Hi guys, hi and welcome back to another level 6 math video. This is Mr. C going over Saxon's lesson 5. This is order of operations. Now this is one of those lessons that for many of you it's going to be piece of cake, simple, it makes sense. But please pay attention because this is one of the most important things we go over all year long. This is going to be critical for math, not just in level 6, but as we continue forward. I was helping my 9th grader last night with some math homework, and we used order of operations, and it was critical. You need to learn this lesson. So this is one you might want to watch over and over because it's so important. So we're going to start first with this associative law. Now this only works in addition and multiplication, similar to the commutative law, which means you can do it in any order. This says it doesn't matter how you group the numbers when you add or when you multiply. So for example, 6 plus 3 plus 4 with 6 and plus 3 in parentheses is the same as 6 plus 3 plus 4 if the 3 and 4 are in parentheses. This only works in addition and multiplication for reasons that we'll get to here in a minute. So we're going to zoom ahead, but you might want to come back and look at this slide a little bit just as a refresher. Just know that in addition and multiplication, you can go in any order. You still probably want to use the same rules of orders of operation because it doesn't hurt you. So that's why we're going to skip through this. Now in order of operations, there is an order you do things. You do everything in parentheses first, then exponents, then multiply and divide. And those, it doesn't matter the order, it matters left to right. And I'll go over that in a minute. And then add and subtract is the last thing. And again, it doesn't matter if it's subtract first or adding first. What matters is left to right. Now, a lot of people remember this by doing something they call PEMDAS. So if you want to remember an acronym, it might be up the screen here. P for parentheses, E for exponents, then multiplication, divide, addition, subtraction. So PEMDAS is the thing that you want to remember. So in this example, they're showing all the different things you can have. Actually, I don't see any exponents in here, but we're going to want to do the parentheses first. Then we're going to want to do all the multiplication or division parts. And it's showing here how it's simplifying. So it's going 3 times 7 because you did parentheses first. Then we rewrite it, we rewrite it, we rewrite it. And at least in the beginning, you're going to want to practice rewriting your problems, doing these one step at a time. So let's practice it. Oh, not yet. There's a little more instruction here. It says when there's more than one addition or subtraction, we take the steps from left to right. And again, it doesn't matter if it's addition or subtraction. What matters is that you go from left to right and solve them one at a time. So here, where it's 9 minus 4 plus 3, we just start on the left. 9 minus 4 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. Now if we did 4 plus 3 first, that would be 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. So we're going to get a different answer, and that's why it's so critical you start from left to right. Now if it has it in parentheses, then you have to do the parentheses first. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and 9 minus 7 is 2. So this would be the correct answer here because it's using the parentheses. So again, it's so important that we do the order of operations, parentheses, exponents, then multiplication, division, then addition, subtraction. But within that multiplication, division, and the addition, subtraction, you need to go left to right. All right, so now we can do a practice problem. We've got 2 different ones that look the same here. 8 minus 6 minus 3 and 18 minus 6 minus 3. The difference is the parentheses. So on this one, we can just start left to right because there are no parentheses. 18 minus 6 is 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. So 9 is the answer on A. But here we have to do the parentheses first. 6 minus 3 is 3. 18 minus 3 is 15. So the difference is this is 9, this is 15, just because of those parentheses. So they're going to show us as they rewrite it, 18 minus 6 minus 3, and we get 9. Subtract the parentheses first. On this one, we get the 18 minus 6 minus 3, which is 3, and that gets us 15. So the same thing. All right. When there's more than one multiplication or division problem, we, just like addition and subtraction, we start left to right, and we do it the same way. So here you'll see 24 divided by 6 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. But if we put the parentheses on, then we need to do the parentheses first. So 6 times 2 is 12. 24 divided by 12 is 2. Again, we get different answers if we do what's in parentheses first. This is so important, which is why we have a whole lesson on it, and you're going to practice it over and over and over. And this is actually the part 1 of order of operations. We have several lessons that deal with order of operations because this is one of the most important things we do in level 6 math. All right, so here we're going to try the same thing. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So our answer is 1. No parentheses, we just go left to right. On B, we have our parentheses, so we need to do that first. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So the first thing is parentheses. So we do 6 divided by 3 is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 is very different from the one that we got on A. So again, I'm just going to pull this out as we see what they do. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Here we do the parentheses first. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And see how they wrote it out separate each time? In your homework today, you might want to write each step instead of doing it mentally like I've been showing you. You can do it either way, but it's good to show your work, of course. All right. Only 2 numbers are involved in each step of a calculation. So if there's 3 numbers added or multiplied, changing to 2 numbers selected first does not change the sum or product. So here, this is the associative law, remember, that we talked about earlier. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 is the same as 2 plus 3 plus 4. It doesn't matter where the parentheses are, if it's an addition or a multiplication problem. And let's go through this, because before we were doing the parentheses before or after or not using them at all, and it changed the outcome. But let's pretend there's no parentheses here. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. But now let's do it with parentheses. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 2, also 24. So in multiplication and addition, it doesn't matter. But I say forget all that. If it has parentheses, still do parentheses first. It's not going to hurt you, all right? And that way you're better safe than sorry. So even though we have this associative property, I would ignore the associative property because it doesn't do you any favors. You don't need to keep track of which ones use associative property and which ones don't. Just use the order of operations. So here, we're going to use order of operations. 5 plus 7 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3, and then we have 12 over 3, and 12 over 3, of course, when we simplify, is 4. So again, we're just moving left to right, pretty easy, and I guess that's it. Woohoo! So today's lesson isn't hard, but it takes practice. You just want to be really familiar with that order of operations. So as you go through it, keep repeating in your mind PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and just remember left to right. You can think about the associative law, but I don't think it's going to help you anyways, so I wouldn't worry about that one. All right, good luck.